Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Live Younger Monday evening community call. Gregory Muscari here in Bozeman, Montana, wishing you the best that life and Life Wave has to offer. Tonight's going to be a short call, but we got a few very valuable things that we want to share with you, and any one of which could make a big difference in your business, the combination of which can only do well, you'll only do well with. So I'm going to start out by sharing my screen and sharing our most recent newsletter. I hope all of you are receiving our Monday newsletter. So let me go ahead and find that and bring it up. So, what I want to start with is by discussing the fact that sometimes the little difference makes the big difference in life. We've probably all seen that from time to time. And another thing is that I believe success is a process of constant, never-ending improvement. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't cruise, just lay back and relax. Although you should take intermittent pauses in your business and enjoy life. We do believe in freedom as a lifestyle and freedom financially, and it takes one to have the other, really, it does. But, I've learned over the years that to keep it simple and keep it duplicatable, excuse me. And probably many of you were on our Thursday morning call. I think it's so important that we decided to share it with you again today on this Monday evening call, because the Monday call and the newsletter has a much broader reach than the Thursday morning business call, because a lot of people are at work. They have other things keeping them from being on that call. So I want to make sure that everyone was aware of this valuable, small, but I think important change we've made in what used to be called our DMO, Daily Method of Operation. And in consultation with a number of the Live Younger leadership community, we all agreed that, daily action plan was probably speaks to the heart and soul of the matter better than daily method of operation, DMO. Sounds a little too business-like, where daily action plan, I think, is very, very down to earth. And what we've done is if you go to, in fact, I'm going to just click and take you live to the Live Younger Success. We're right on the website, Live Younger Success, and we're in the Getting Started section. And we're going to scroll down to section 2, where we've made this change. So you know where to go to find it. And if you go to liveyounger.com, if you like to download the updated Getting Started checklist that has this same Getting Started daily action plan listed, that's where you'll find it. But we've made a very minor change. We used to have up here a paragraph says it's important to connect heart to heart with people. People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care, and you let them know you care by getting on the phone and say, hey, Sally, hey, Sherry, hey, John, hey, Joe, how are you? We haven't talked in a while. How is life? Whatever is appropriate based on who you're speaking with. But you want to have that brief connection, letting you know you're not just calling to pitch them on something or make them aware of something. You're calling just to connect and continue your friendship or develop a friendship. And once you've done that, then you can say, hey, I've only got a few minutes, but I've got something I wanted to share with you. And you pique their interest by asking provocative questions like, what do you know about stem cells? Or are you experiencing any of the symptoms of aging? Do you have any ongoing pain? And then you might say something like, I've recently learned about historic breakthrough in affordable stem cell technology. And that was this similar phraseology that Kai Jacobson used 6 years ago when he called Robin and I. And, the rest, as they say, is history, because Robin, as you know our story, we were on the verge of spending $12,500 on stem cell injection for her bone-on-bone knee. So what do you know about stem cells? Robin say, well, I've been studying them for the last 3 months, so you never know. So it's important, qualify before you present. And, and he threw this in. Are you guys open to looking at an additional or supplementary income opportunity? We said yes to both. We said yes to stem cells, and we said yes to income opportunity. And, Kai shared a few relevant stories. So he piqued our interest. Now, back then, we didn't point to tools because there wasn't any yet. There, X39 was just rolling out. And, there really wasn't any place that he sent us. He just told us how to go to his website and order it. And that's what we did. But nowadays, we have the liveyounger.com. We have Power of the Patch webinar. And by the way, we've had an evergreen webinar system that we're shutting down. The powerofthepatchwebinar.com will continue to work and be a valuable place to point your prospects. And it contains one of the recent recordings from the Tuesday night Power of the Patch webinar that I do every Tuesday along with health practitioners. Or you send videos via InTouch. So you peak, you point. We used to say share, and that's what we do. We are in a sharing and caring business. But, there's a certain benefit to rhythm and rhyme and, peak, point, follow up, and roll. And before you peak, point, follow up, and roll, you need to connect. So this is just a logical progression of discussion. You point people to the tools and you follow up and take the appropriate action. And whatever the appropriate action is, that's up to you. And that's how they've responded. Maybe the appropriate action say, hey, I see you didn't watch the video yet. Or did you get a chance to watch the video? Did you get a chance to go to the website? And, help people take the next logical step. Remember this, our job is to give people enough information to make an informed decision. Also, it's been said by Phil Jones, who did a training for us a few years ago, your job is to interrupt people long enough to make them interested in something they do not know exists. And most people don't know LifeWave and our stem cell and phototherapy technologies are available. So, you peak, you point, you follow up. And if you do diligent follow up, you're going to end up enrolling customers. And, studies of, sales studies have been done to say that it usually takes anywhere from 3 to 7 exposures or contacts for someone to make a decision. It's also, they've seen that most salespeople stop after the first or second. That's a clue, ladies and gentlemen. You have to keep the follow-up in motion. Another important clue, another important tip is never end one exposure without scheduling the next. You might have to follow up 2, 3, 4 times with someone, giving them more information, sending them another video, sending them to a live webinar, putting them on a 3-way call, all these things before they finally go, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. I can't wait to get started. How do I get started? And that's when the fun really begins. Now, I do want to point out that here at the website, you can click here for words that work. And this hasn't been updated yet. So it still says peak, share, follow up, and roll. But we'll be updating this. And there's some valuable words because a lot of new people, they just don't know what to say. And this is where you can learn what to say. It follows, the peak, point, follow up, and roll. And there's really valuable information. If you're new or old to LifeWave, I suggest you print this out and have it nearby on your desk, on your physical desk, and maybe refer to it when you're talking to people, or before you make a phone call, refresh it. Maybe after you make a phone call, refresh and say, what could I have done better or different? Okay, so that's just a really valuable piece of information. So I'm really excited about this simple change we've made in our daily action plan. And I encourage you all to give it a try. Connect with people heart to heart. Peak, point, follow up, and roll. Peak, point, follow up, and roll. That should be our battle cry, So I hope that hits the mark. And I do want to mention, we talked about this on Thursday morning in our training, and there is a 15-minute training that I did on the daily action plan on Thursday morning that's here on the website. So when you're walking your new people through, when you're sending your new people to Live Younger Success, and you're telling them it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, and they click on where to start, they'll walk through downloading the LifeWave InTouch and learning our simple action plan. And step 3 is staying connected. And that's very important. So that being said, I'm going to go back to our newsletter and what's next on the newsletter. Here's something you want to mark your calendars for. Those of you that have been around with us a year or more know that on an annual basis, our life coach, our dear friend, JJ Joshua, does a year-end conscious completion or the power of letting go with the webinar. It's a 30-minute webinar, and she teaches a simple 5-minute habit. This 5-minute habit will change your life and your business and help you get out of your own way to achieve your goals. And as the year ends coming upon, we're all thinking about New Year's resolutions, what we're going to do next year. So JJ helps us bring this year to a conclusion and lays the foundation for next year, 2025, to be our best year yet. And let's face it, LifeWave is going through metamorphosis. The caterpillar is no longer a caterpillar. LifeWave's turned into a magnificent butterfly. It's the envy of the industry, the darling of the industry, and we're growing at such a rapid rate, there's no end in sight. There's a very good chance that 2025 will be the year we hit the $1 billion mark. If not, I guarantee 2026 will be. And you know, the old saying, rising tide lifts all boats. So congratulations for having your boat hitched to LifeWave. And I do encourage you to mark. This will be our regular Thursday morning training. It's on Thursday, December 5th. So it's the Thursday right after Thanksgiving. And speaking about Thanksgiving, I've just looked, it's like 10 days away. And what comes with Thanksgiving that's relevant to our business? Besides turkey, right? It's Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And the company usually releases the Black Friday specials before Black Friday. No guarantees, don't have the inside track on that, but be watching for it and be ready for it, because there's probably few days, if any, that match the volume that goes through LifeWave on that Black Friday special and Cyber Monday, which usually might carry over to Cyber Tuesday, but be watching for some really exciting discounted incentives that's going to drive BV, and a great way to offer new members to start. So conscious completion coming up, and there's other value information. Last week we went over the revised Punta Mita point tracker. We had a lot of exciting testimonials from people that were at Punta Cana, and now we're going to Punta Mita this for our next incentive trip. We've talked about the LifeWave videos. We've talked about save the date, December 5th. That's the Thursday. You can arrive on Thursday afternoon for the LifeWave boot camp, and it's really a Friday, Saturday training. Thursday evening, there's going to be a business opportunity meeting. You can invite friends to come to that, prospects from California. And this is going to be in Long Beach, California, I believe. Yeah, excuse me, Anaheim. Okay, Anaheim. So if you can be there, I encourage you to do so. So register for Vision 2025. You can click here. So that's pretty much, I encourage all you to embrace the newsletter, to refer to the newsletter. And whenever you have new people on your team, you know, there's a big blue button at the bottom. Join our mailing list. When you get a new teammate, forward this on to them and encourage them, number one, to join our mailing list. Number two, to join our text message reminder service. And we send out a text message reminder 30 minutes before all of our regularly scheduled webinars. So here it is, 1:15. We're going to call it a wrap. We're going to be done early tonight. So I want to thank everyone for being with us. Again, wishing you the best at life and LifeWave has to offer. And tomorrow evening, let's see, who do we have tomorrow evening? Oh, tomorrow evening, oh, how exciting. We got Janet Kiefer, SPD, hosting Ann Moreau, soon to be SPD. So it's going to be a great call. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And thanks everyone for being part of this great team and part of this great movement of LifeWave. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.